Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in again to another episode of CivilianTacticalWeapons.com. A couple of you have actually asked me differences between Eotech and Aimpoint. I'm actually now an Eotech distributor, so I can actually offer you pricing a lot less than what I'm mentioning on these ads, or not these ads, this segment. So what I want to do is actually tell you what the MSRPs are when I'm talking about this, but don't think this is anything of what I sell the units for. It's just a good idea to get a basic understanding of what the cost differences are. So what we're going to do is actually go through the different product lines, comparing Eotech, a comparable Eotech to a comparable Aimpoint, and what you would actually look at for comparison sakes. So the entry-level line on the Eotech is an Eotech 512. The battery, or actually the power, as far as the intensity, turning the unit on and off, is all on the back. They use standard AA batteries. With lithium power, you can get anywhere from 600 to 1,000 hours of battery life. The unit has all of the mounts that are required to mount onto a standard Picatinny rail. So if you have a standard flat top AR system, this will mount directly on top of it. The other benefits you have of this unit is that it's actually extremely durable. The background, when you're looking at Eotech and Aimpoint, Eotech is heavy in the law enforcement area. Aimpoint is very heavy in the military. So those are kind of, who uses these. Most of your SWAT teams and stuff are actually mainly Eotech. When you look at U.S. military special forces, they're actually primarily Aimpoint. And what we're going to do is actually go through the difference. Eotech is known for the hollow sight ring. So there's a ring with a red dot in the center of it. So that's kind of how the holographic picture is. Extremely effective when you're talking 25 yards and less, CQB type shooting, room clearing. And this is the reason why when we talked about law enforcement versus military, well, if I'm having to clear a meth house or whatever, having a ring with a dot in the center of it is actually a lot easier to acquire than just a single red dot. However, it changes when you start shooting longer distances. So what I want to do is, so this one here, the 512, the 512 by Eotech actually sells list price. It's called a 512 A65. List price of this unit is actually $439, so it's very affordable as far as red dot systems go. Very high quality, not some knockoff Chinese thing. And actually, for those of you who care, this is actually 100% made in the United States. Can't think of too many things besides produce that's actually 100% made in the United States. In fact, heck, some of that stuff even comes from Mexico these days. But I want to go ahead and actually tell you that about Eotech. The comparable Aimpoint you'd actually look at that would not, this does not support night vision, the 512 series. The Aimpoints, anything you see with an Aimpoint that says a comp M, if there's an L in it, it means it does not support night vision. This one here is actually a comp M2, but the ML2, which doesn't support night vision, which is a great comparison to a 512, is the exact same look, design, and everything. Just if it supports night vision is the only difference. The ML2 actually starts at $495. Okay, I don't sell this. I sell the actual M2, which actually supports night vision, and that one's $552. So the one I'm actually holding here is $552. Actually, that's the list price of it. So you're gonna sit there and say, okay, if this was an ML2, $495 versus a price over here of $439. Wow, I can get the higher quality Aimpoint optic that's used by the military. This has a 10,000 hour battery life, where this has a 600 to 1,000 hour battery life. Hey, I kind of like this. I want to do more 100-yard shooting, long range, be able to extend that type of distance. I really like the Aimpoint option versus the ring and the dot, which can start looking fuzzy at farther ranges. Maybe I like that. So 50 bucks, what the heck? No. The Aimpoint doesn't actually come with any mounts. So for $439, you have everything you need to stick this on the gun and you're done. With an Aimpoint, you need to actually buy the QRP kit. This retails for $116, which is the mount, and then you're going to need to lift it with a spacer, and the spacer's $29. So you're adding another $140 onto this. So the unit that was actually about 500 bucks is now about $640. So now you're comparing 640 with 439. If you're just a casual shooter shooting at the range, you don't need the absolute highest quality optic out there in the world, but you want something extremely durable, solid design out there, you can go ahead and get yourself one of these Eotechs and be extremely happy. And you're only going to be spending about $439. Aimpoint has something that's actually a little bit in between. There is actually another unit that falls between the Eotech family. I typically not sell them because the price differences of these is not that much, and I'll explain that in a second. But Aimpoint has another option here. So if you thought that 1,000 hours or 10,000 hours of battery life wasn't enough for you, you can actually go to the M series, the Comp M series. This is an ML3, which does not support night vision. I sell both the M3 and ML3 in these. These here actually come with this rubber housing. This is an optional rubber housing, this one here. It comes standard with the black, this is a tan. This will actually has a 5-year, 50,000 hours of constant on battery. So it's a tremendous battery life. If you're curious what that mount kit, this actually has the mount kit and the spacer in it. So this is actually what a complete unit would cost. The M3 without the mounts are the same price as these here. The Comp M3 actually sells for $625, and then this unit here, the exact unit I have without the mounts, is actually $562, and that's the MSRP of the one that actually does not support night vision. So when you're looking at, if you're comparing, looking at those options, you're looking at maybe $750, right, for this and the mounts and everything. Top of the line of the Eotech, when you're looking at AR platforms, you're going to put it on any type of AR, M4, 223 rifle, is actually the Eotech 557 AR223. Very, very interesting optic that Eotech offers. They move the buttons to the side because most of the time when you buy one of these, you're a magnifier behind it. The nice thing about this is they actually have the exact same battery life, the 600 to 1,000 hour battery. They use standard AA batteries. And this one here has the ring, the center dot, and then a bunch of bullet compensators. So actually account for bullet drops. So if you're trying to shoot something 300 yards out, to be able to actually distinguish the individual dots under it. Those dots are pretty much only visible if you are using a magnifier behind it. The 557 AR223, really cool, $609 is the list price of the unit. The comparable Aimpoint, and this is actually called M4 Complete, actually with QRP2 mount kit, everything, you're all set to go. This one here has a couple of other additional benefits. This here actually now moves you out to an 8-year battery. All the Aimpoints are all made in Sweden. This one here, if you look at the front here, is actually a mesh. This comes with a kill flash. This is designed so that you know, people in the military, remember this is law enforcement versus military. In the military they didn't want the reflection of the lens to actually give away a position. Not something you don't really worry about in law enforcement shooting, but in that situation, important to actually maintain concealment. You have the kill flash with this. Spacer kit to lift it, to co-witness it correctly with the AR platform. The actual mount kit all comes complete. This here is actually an $843 unit. So you're comparing an $843 unit with a $609. So really when you're looking at the two, you need to ask yourself, one, does battery life matter to me? So the Aimpoint, you're having an 8-year, pretty much 80,000 constant on battery on this side. And then over here you've actually got a 600,000 hour battery. Both real solid units. I sell all these platforms here. If you have any questions, please email me at info@civiliantacticalweapons.com. Please visit our storefront at www.civiliantacticalweapons.com/store, and you actually see our actual pricing we offer this for. Hope to see you in next week's episode.